Hey guys, welcome back to another LightMAYker video. And today I'm giving you my number one tip to navigate chaotic times. And this tip might sound really simple, but I think it's incredibly important to not only reiterate and communicate and to remember, because I really, I say this, I think, almost every video, but I'm loving this video series. I really feel like it's giving me an opportunity to connect with you guys, to be super real with you guys, to, kind of let you guys see a side of me that mostly is reserved for my one-on-one clients. So, me and all my realness. And in that realness, I think it's important to note that things get crazy. Right? I am totally human. You can ask anyone that's ever worked for me or even my girlfriends. I'm superhuman and I'm totally susceptible to crazy times. And I've had things in my life, whether it's a loved one being in the hospital and being really sick, whether it's, getting dumped by someone that I love, whether it's literally just having a crazy amount of things on my plate at once where things get chaotic. And I think it's a disservice to you guys to pretend like that doesn't happen to us, right? You never evolve out of that, right? The way I see it, honestly, I think when, through my meditation, through my self-care practice, through my spiritual practice, and taking care of myself and nourishing myself, if anything, it's allowed me to kind of expand to hold even more chaos when the chaos comes and be able to navigate through it. And I think that is truly the difference. It's not that life ever just becomes sunshine and roses all the time. I will say I'm very grateful that I do feel like a lot of my life is sunshine and roses, and I'm very grateful for the good times, but there have also been some incredibly rough times as well. And, we're on Earth. We're on a polarity planet. For all the light that comes in, there's darkness that comes in. For all the amazing things that happen to us, we're going to have to deal with some not so wonderful things that go on, right? And they're all tools and they're all learning experiences. But the best tool that I've ever found to navigate through the hardest times in my life is my breath. And the reason I say my breath, even before I say meditation, is because in any situation, you can just, and you change the energy in the room. You have the power to not only change, the balance of your brain, but the energy around you just by taking a simple breath. And while I'm not saying that this is going to make your, the situation with your loved one in the hospital, wonderful, right? Because I've been there and it sucks and it's terrible, right? I'm not going to say that it's going to make your ex-boyfriend come back to you and realize he made a giant mistake, right? No. But what it does is it helps you navigate more gracefully through life's chaotic times. So when something is happening to you, right, or a situation is coming up for you, instead of reacting right away, you can take a deep breath. I mean, I don't know if you can feel it, but I can even feel it just in the energy of that I'm talking to you just by taking a couple of breaths. It puts us in a different place. It centers us and grounds us. And, a lot of times, maybe it's you're coming out of an important meeting to find out that your car has been towed, right? And you instantly want to go into that place of like, I can't believe it, like the traffic cops are out to get me, and like everybody stinks, and all this. Maybe you had the best meeting ever, but now your car is towed and life is shit. I'm just gonna say it, right? I feel like we've all had situations like that where you can have everything going on in your life, and then it's like the silliest thing. I've had this happened to me relatively recently because I locked myself out of my apartment, and it was really seeing myself kind of have this awesome night or this great time, and then I locked myself out of an apartment and it kind of sent me into a tizzy. And it's in those times, right, where we really need to breathe through it and remind ourselves that, right? And it's through getting to that place where we're like, okay, I received that, and I'm going to take a deep breath. And really going back to that breath, and it doesn't mean, of course, when it comes to breakups or illness or anything like that, this is absolutely not about not feeling your feelings. Feel your feelings. But I will say one of my most proud learned skills, I don't even know if that's English, but one of the skills that I've learned that I'm most proud of that I certainly didn't have when I was younger, and I'm still very much a work in progress with, but when I was younger, and my dad actually spoke to me about this because I would be in New York and a taxi would cut us off, or I don't know, I forgot, some taxi wronged us when I was with my dad, and we were in the process of moving or something like that, and I went out on him, and this was before I was meditating, this is before I found my spiritual path, but that was I had been like that growing up. I'd be someone that would just blow up in those situations and become emotional and it was everything. It was crying and yelling and this whole big thing. And my dad was like, whoa, Cassandra, you cannot navigate life that way, right? And he was so right, and I was a little young at the time and was still trying to figure it out. But now I really see it, growing up and being a woman and, wanting to be a role model and also just wanting to navigate my life gracefully requires me to, in the middle of chaos, be able to take a deep breath and approach the situation with as much grace and love as I can from my highest place, and give myself the altitude to navigate that situation. And I found in all situations, when I just take that breath before you send the email, take that breath before you send the text, take that breath before you hop on a phone call with someone, take that breath before you say something to that parking attendant that gave you a ticket. Taking that breath can be the difference between how you respond. Being with a loved one and being upset about something that's going on, taking that breath before you speak to a doctor can make sure that what you're saying comes from a place of grounded clarity and is heard. And I think maybe that's what I really want to communicate with this, is not only is your breath, I think, your greatest tool for navigating through the most chaotic situations of your life, but it's when we take that breath before we react, before we say something to someone else, that we're able to speak and navigate the situation from a place of grace, from a place of really being in our highest self and, coming out whatever it is, as the best version of ourselves, right? And isn't that what we all really want? That's really how we navigate those situations, in the best way, and often, come on the other side of it and are able to be proud, of the way we responded and the way we reacted. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share it with someone that you think you might find it useful. Perhaps someone in your life is navigating a particularly chaotic situation right now. And if you have any questions below, or if there's anything coming up for you in regards to this, you're feeling that makes a lot of sense, but I'm really blocked around that, I would love to hear from you. So please, leave it in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying this video series. I hope you go back and watch any of the videos that you've missed, and maybe even watch last year's ones. I know a lot of people really love them as well. I love hearing from you guys. I love doing this for you, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Mwah! Bye!